Once an emperor's old minister died. Minister was very intelligent, but he died suddenly. So now, the search for a new minister has been started. The empire was huge, so a wise and far-sighted minister was needed to handle it. The search for the wisest and smartest person in the entire state has begun. For this, various types of examinations were conducted across the state. Thoughtful and intelligent individuals were shortlisted from across the state, and then they were put to more difficult tests, and finally only 3 persons chosen for test. They are brought to the capital so that the emperor can take their final test. All 3 of them were kept in a room in the palace, and it was announced by the emperor, tomorrow their final exam will be taken, and whoever qualified will be declared as the minister of the state. But it was surprising that by evening these words spread throughout the capital, what exam is the emperor going to take tomorrow? The whole city started talking about this. The emperor wanted to take a very strange test tomorrow morning, all 3 of them. They will be locked in a big room in the palace, and a big lock will be put on the door of that room. That lock was made by artisans, mathematicians, and engineers of that state. There was no key on that lock. Only some numbers of maths were written on the lock, and there was some puzzle hidden in those numbers. The one who solved that puzzle will be able to open that lock. Gradually, this thing reached all 3 of them, that tomorrow all 3 of them will be locked in a room, and there will be a lock out. There is no key for it, just some math numbers engraved on that lock, in which a riddle is hidden. Whichever of the 3 will solve the puzzle using those numbers and will be the first to open the door and come out the room, he will be made minister. On hearing this, 2 of the 3 ran towards the market, and all the math books, whatever could find about lock, they bought all and began to study them. But the third one was the strangest. He neither went anywhere nor bought any book, and fell asleep as soon as it got dark. The rest of the 2 thought, perhaps out of fear, they decided not to appear in the exam, or maybe it does not believe that the news that has come out is true. But still they did not think it right to leave any chance, because it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. They stayed up all night reading books. Whatever literature related to lock science, they found they read it all. When morning came, the 3rd person woke up, and those 3 men were presented to the emperor. There they learned that the rumor that was true. The 3 of them were locked inside a large room, locked out of it, which is inscribed with some mathematical numbers. Whoever of 3 of you will solve the riddle hidden in these numbers, you will be able to open the door. And the one who opens the door and comes to me first, I will make him my minister. I wait for 3 of you outside. Saying, the emperor left. The 2 persons who studied all night had brought some books hidden in their clothes. He took out those books as soon as the door closed, and writing down the numbers written on the lock on a piece of paper, he started finding their solutions. But the 3rd person did not anything. He closed his eyes and sat quietly in the corner of the room. They both laughed, seeing him sitting, and naughtily said, "Did you give up? Do something, then something will happen." They thought he had given up. He is scared and he does not want to try anything. but his mind was calm. Stability reflected in his eyes. He did not look upset. He was sitting. Then suddenly something dawned on him. He got up and came to the door and gently pushed it. And what? The door got opened. He left the room. But both the men were engaged in their books. They didn't even notice that the third one had left the room. They came to know only when the emperor came in with the third person and said, "Stop this book of yours. The one who had to go out has already gone out." They both were stunned to see this and asked, "How did you get out?" The emperor said that the lock was not locked because closed locks can be opened. But how will you open a lock that was not been closed? This man is the most intelligent among of you because he gave the first introduction of being wise. Before solving the numbers written on the lock, he tries to find out if the lock is locked or not. A man is actually smarter who checks this before solving any problem. What he is going to solve is really a problem or not. So this man is the smartest person in our kingdom. We appoint him as our minister. So friends, this is the thing to learn from this story, that whenever you feel we have a big problem, so instead of panicking in a hurry to find a solution to that problem, we should think calmly. What I understand is really a problem or not, but the real problem something else, what I can see right now. Thanks for watching. Be a smile.